smart.
Father-daughter, mentor-student.
Yeah,
We mentor each other in a weird way. I parent you, even though you're my father. You do teach me about rock and roll, but I don't have all the issues that you have. I'm clean and I'm clean and sober. You know, I never did anything, and he's obviously the opposite of that. So we teach each other. But I definitely feel like Ava and I run the show. This girl and I.
Yeah, there's no question.
We run that shit.
I think that's the lesson here. I always, I'm a huge Rolling Stones fan, obviously a huge fan of Keith Richards. I always find it interesting. Keith Richards raised such normal kids, and he's been married for 30 years now. He's really he's grandfather at this point. So it's really interesting to me to look at that guy and to see him from that side of it. So I think if the show gets to go on and continue, it's going to be really interesting what I'm going to learn from her and vice versa. But there's clearly the biggest lesson he's got to learn, which he kind of learns almost by the end of season 1. It starts to become clear to himself he's never going to be famous. If anybody in the family is, or the band, it's going to be her. So the idea of her getting more fame and him being in a room with her while somebody else famous is in it is always going to be funny. Like if she's hanging out with David Bowie in the recording studio, what Johnny's going to do to blow that up, piss off David Bowie, even though he's like the biggest Bowie fan in the world, is always going to be funny to me.
Do you expect any rock star cameos?
Like, I think I just gave up like the biggest. He's a great actor. A lot of rock stars are actors, which kind of really fucking pisses me off. Dave Grohl and Greg Dooley on this show, they totally improvised. Joan Jett. I'm telling you, whatever you see on that show, it took me hours in the editing room to make myself look even slightly cool as a rock star. The thing I discovered, even with singing the Asshole song for all these years, and I thought, like, I could be a rock star. I can't. You have to actually be an unbelievably cool person to be up on stage for 3 hours.
I think arguably, though, if you ask our cast, we're not bullshitting you. You're a very cool person.
Let me just tell you something.
You sell it.
Go watch Debbie Harry. And then
I can't compare you to Debbie Harry. You're very different.
I'm telling you, it's a tough. You have to actually be cool.
You guys, thank you so much.
Thank you. Good luck.
Bye, guys. I want that homework on Monday.
Thank you.
Right here.
So,
2 minutes talk. I'll give you a little rap time.
Okay. So,
hey.
That's a kid. That's Black Diamond.
So I want to know.
Am I by myself?
Yes. I want to know who actually is writing the music.
Yeah.
That's Dennis. Dennis is writing all the songs.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a little one-man band, marching band. You know, he's got the drums going and a harmonic and a kazoo and the guitar and the banjo. Yeah, he writes them all. He sits on the piano. It's pretty amazing, you know, because he writes the song, he writes the show, produces it, stars in it, directs it, writes all the music, and then comes on and directs us and tells us, you know, to be less funny.
Does the man sleep? I don't think so.
You know, he probably sleeps 3 to 4 hours a night, I would guess.
Yeah.
He's high energy.
Yeah.
Well, I know that you have your own project. So how is your band different from this, and what are you getting out of this that like you're excited about that's different musically?
It's very similar in a lot of ways. My guitar player and I have known each other for 27 years. I met him when I moved to California, or moved to Hollywood to become an actor, and I was about 25 or 6, and he was 16. And we've been buddies and playing music ever since, so we have a lot of that. If you're going to take pictures, I'm going to stop and smile, because otherwise they're going to all look like this.
Oh, if you want to smile, we can take
I'll do this.
Awesome.
Okay. And, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I have that whole fucking, you know, Keith Richards, Mick Jagger vibe going on in my personal life with my guy.
You and music and TV. Go ahead, take a photo.
I'm not taking a photo.
You and music and TV always seem
These
to come
are always great
together.
because they last forever, and you're going.
Many years ago, you played a great DJ on Northern Exposure.
Oh, I know. I was going to be. I'm from Seattle, thank you. So.
You know what today is? Today's July. 12.
Yes.
Yesterday.
What?
The day that More Than Exposure premiered.
Today?
July 12th, 1990, 25 years ago.
It's so cool. I know.
It's amazing.
What was it like working on that show? I mean, it was so unique.
That's crazy, because here I am, 25 years later, to the week. This Thursday, I'm launching another weird, quirky, not cop show, not crime drama, or just generic, I'm not going to say Desperate Housewives kind of show, but
chick show.
So weird to be doing it 25 years later, and that was bizarre. It took me out of my element, which was living in Los Angeles. I lived over in Eagle Rock, and I moved to Seattle, where I lived for 14 years, even though the show only lasted 6 seasons.
Yeah, I know, but it was beautiful there, right? You liked it?
But what years were you there?
I've been there since 1991.
Did you ever go to my nightclub, the Phoenix?
No, I haven't been to the Phoenix Underground, right? In Pioneer Square.
For 10 years, then we lost it in that big earthquake.
Yes, the earthquake was, oh my God, it was so freaky.
Devastated, 100-year-old brick building.
Yeah, it was awful.
In terms of KISS, I used to manage Ace, so I always
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
2000, man? Come on.
I produced and put together Anomaly when he had his big comeback a few years ago.
No way.
Yeah.
All right, on to the next.
Is Ace still hitting the songs?
No, he's sober.
He is? How long?
I think he should be
I like Table 8.
Table 8 is good.
A little pause break that we got over here. What's up, Table 8? Hi, everybody.
Hello.
What's happening?
Hi.
I'm so glad to see you.
We're so glad to see y'all.
Have you been here for a while? Someone has the new Zoom H5. Who's that?
Why not 6, bro?
Somebody's rolling it out there. That's the H5. That's a little better.
I didn't know I could do this.
What's happening?
Not much. Tell us about your role, what's going on.
I play Bam Bam. I'm a drummer.
I play Rehab. I'm a bass player.
And, we're...
Can you guys actually play drums and bass?
We had to learn it for the show. I didn't play at all. He didn't play. And they said, you got the part. Now go learn to play drums.
In fact, I lied a little and said I could play bass. And then when I got the part, Dennis started texting me, hey, motherfucker, can't wait for you to get here. What kind of bass do you want? I'm like, oh, my God, I got to learn how to play bass.
Oh, my God. So how proficient would you say you are now in your instrument?
We can, by the end of the season, we can play the songs. It was crazy. Like,
on a scale of 1 to Gem of the Holograms, where are we on that?
Oh.
2.
Yeah, 2. If we were asked to play these songs live, 10 songs, we could play a set.
Yeah, we could play.
And you would like it.
Yeah.
The songs are great, and they're at a level that rock.
That's next year's Comic-Con. You guys.
Yeah,
that's my dream. That's my dream.
That would be
I learned how to play Sex, Drugs, Rock and Roll to a T because in case he was like, look, we're playing live, I was ready to go. That's my dream. Next year,
oh my God. We should have you play one of our parties next year.
Let's do it.
You should have us play one of your parties next year.
That would be so amazing.
The two of us, they're practicing all the goddamn time, and we get to work on the scenes.
That's not true. We're very good.
No, that's true. We work on the scenes.
Don't say that.
No,
we're very good.
You're good at
Well, what's your favorite part about doing the show?
It's Leary, it's FX. They treat you so good. They let you do what you want. They let Funny breathe. They're not choking it out.
Right.
They just let Dennis do what he wants, and they trust him, and he trusts us to be funny, and he lets us improv and make stuff up, and it's just a blast. It's a blast. And when we're doing
How much would you say is scripted and an improv?
Well, look, there's a script, but we always throw that out the window after a couple takes of what he wrote.
Right.
He's like, now go off. So that's the best part.
Although sometimes he actually knows exactly that this is how it has to play, and you kind of get the sense right away that this is how it'll play.
Right.
A little variation, but he is so on the money with it.
Yeah, it's the funnest show I've ever done.
Awesome.
We have a blast. We laugh all day long. It's almost sickening.
Well, I was a hairband girl in the 80s, so
you're gonna love this
loving
show.
it. Yeah, I've seen your documentary was hilarious. So yes, thank you. Nice meeting you.